People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. People, you've heard me say it on several occasions. The good that you do will follow you. The bad that you do will always haunt you. Now, people, less than 24 hours ago, a caretaker for the South Borough Division in Portmore, his name is Lennox-Hinds, he was taken out pretty much. Some man roll up on a bike, two man jump off, blaze up the Honda CRV that he was driving in. Two persons of the three persons that were in the vehicle get hit up. Now, people, when I heard this, I say, wow, man, I go home from work, politician, caretaker, obviously this person, innocent victim. However, I knew definitely that this was no random act, because when two people jump off a bike, blaze up the car that you're in, hit somebody else, even though you got the maximum amount of con that one person's body is allowed, it tells you that this was a definite hit. However, did not really know the background of this person, don't really follow up politics too much, because pretty much it is foolishness. However, I got an audio in which some news media was doing an interview and they asked a person to give them an eyewitness account of what they saw. And people, this is what the young man had to say. Take a listen, take a look.
I have an eyewitness right here on spot with me to give me a first-hand report of what transpired earlier on. Good afternoon, sir. With no identity, not to disclose identity, what really happened here earlier on today?
A bike man sailor on that van from Rona, Ashanile Road. And when the light up and red and stop, the two of them pop out them gun and start fire shotting iron. The little girl get tears and everybody start ball. And the shaman man who sell the steering wrap and run come to us and I ask him how. And them tell him, but the bike man them in a eager, they are sick and fix the bike for go around, so for take sea view away for go. So, but them trail him from upper side here, come straight down. And them hunt him more than 20 and can't catch him. But like the body can't stop at station. There's something and something like some bigger money run. So it's a feedback. The politics thing, them hunt him beginning now. Alright.
So these are mere allegations, though Berger, in terms of statements he would have made, and we want to disassociate ourselves from statements like those, because we can't say for a fact that this is the exact case.
Now, people, you know that whenever anything happens in Jamaica, you're going to have people with some off-the-wall accounts of the incident. Sometimes it is so, sometimes it is not so. So therefore, when the news media realize that, hold on a minute, how this person have so much information as to where the trailing started from to where the gunmen were headed, people, in my humble estimation, this man probably know everything. However, we hear them say, or him say, they have been looking for this man, this politician, for in excess of 20 years. There was a bounty on his head for a very long time. People, 20 years is not really correct. However, here is the case. Back in 2007, just before the lead up to an election, there was an incident in which persons, his opposition, they were tearing down the posters, specifically this man's poster. So it is said, it is alleged, he was charged that he paid some hitman on the night or the day of the hit. He was in a car laying back in the cut while the hit was taking place. He was locked up, Mr. Lennox-Hinds that is, for in excess of 9 months for that takeaway. He was given $500,000 bail. This was 2007. We are presently in 2022. So therefore, 15 years later, I did not know about this case. A lot of Jamaicans did not know about this case. However, like most cases in Jamaica that involves anybody with any sorts of face card, anybody with any sorts of money, anybody with any sorts of political clout, it is swept under the rug. So people, let me ask you a question. Is this man a present caretaker or is he a former caretaker? Because in my estimation, if you have a liquor record for smoke weed back in the days, you can't get no job. You are deemed to be undesirable. However, this man have a case in which it is alleged that he conspired or masterminded the conspiracy of people losing their life. But he is still a political representative. Now people, we should not be surprised because we've seen cases in which politicians are conducting themselves very badly, very immoral, very unethical. However, no sorts of discipline. They are not held accountable. So pretty much them can do just about anything, including MURDER. And people, in this case, that is the case. So I say this to say that sometimes when you hear things happen to good people, we should sympathize. However, sometimes people call stuff upon themselves, and people, disclaimer once again, I am not saying that persons are supposed to take law into their own hand and be the judge, the jury, and you know the rest. Leave it up to the law, but me just as say, the way that Jamaica is running right now, the way that history has proven and told us what happens when you entangle in dirty bungle, when you conspire with undesirables, top hitties, top shotties, and then you get catch, and then you take with somebody, especially when it is said that during that time there was all sorts of political conflict. Now people, this incident in which it is said to be the reprisal that happened less than 24 hours ago took place in 2007. Based on what we know, political war and gang war, it basically depend on the back burner. Right now, all of the war that we see with all sorts of gang in Jamaica is pretty much turf, pretty much this set versus that set, friends that used to be friends, bottom lane versus top lane. However, in 2007, obviously we see this man allegedly was taking stuff like that personal. Because if somebody tear down your poster, tear down your face, tear down whatever ads you had up, billboard, whatever, and then you take it to the extreme that you allegedly hired hitmen to take with these people, and the people them know. The people them know say you get locked up. The people them know exactly when you get bail what you think was going to happen. It is obvious, and I am not going to say that it is correct or it is the right thing to do. However, you should not be surprised. We should not be surprised. And what is even more disturbing, these persons are persons that are supposed to be the leaders of our country. Like they said, for whom much is given, much is expected. So therefore, we are not expecting our political representatives to be acting in a manner where they are conspiring, masterminding the takeaway of anybody. When these people act as if them live in a perfect world. These people act as if anybody would have any sort of little criminal record, misdemeanor, whatever. Then can't get a job. Then pretty much black out from society. They are undesirables. They are criminals. When people, truth and the fact is that the biggest criminals them in Jamaica are our leaders, are our political representative and people. We see exactly what happened. In this case, it is obvious that this was a hit. In this case, it is obvious that, listen, them people here, them a follow the man, them trail the man, them buck up on the man at some sort of stoplight, them pretty much jump off of the bike, shock and awe him, blaze up the car. People, I have the videos, and people, it is very bad. For at least 4 hours, persons going to Portmore were pretty much in a bumper to bumper. Well, not even bumper to bumper, because it was not actually moving, because it was now deemed a crime scene. So from 5 o'clock, 5 something when this incident was said to have occurred, to about 9 o'clock when them finished the crime scene, people were inconvenienced. Who couldn't turn back, who couldn't turn back, pretty much get stuck in a traffic. So people, me just I tell you, live good or DEAD bad. I saw the thing go. And the next thing, when I heard that this man was a motor vehicle inspector, people, you know, say all sorts of racket are run at the motor vehicle place. So therefore, me just I say, who him cross, who him never pay. People, when you think about these politicians, we cannot hold them on high or in high esteem, because people, we say they are pretty much immoral. However, them losing their life in such a brutal way is not justified. But people, like me say, we should expect that. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.